Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 15, text number 9 to 11. Saha Tvam Vidatsva Sam Bhuman Tatvam Vidatsva Sam Bhuman Tamasa Lupta Karmanam Adabra Dayaya Drishtya Adabradayaya Drishtya Apannan Arhasi Ikshitum Apannan Arhasi Ikshitum Sattvam Vidasva Sambhumam Tamasalupta Karmanam Adabradayaya Drishtya Apannan Arhasikshitum Sattvam Vidasva Sambhumam Tamasalupta Karmanam Adabradayaya Drishtya Apannan Arhasikshitum. Saha He Tvam You Vidatsva perform some good fortune. Bhuman, O great Lord. Tamasa, by the darkness. Lupta, having been suspended. Karmana, of prescribed duties. Adabra, magnanimous without reservation. Dayaya, mercy. Drishtya, by your glance. Apannan, us, the surrendered. Arhasi, are able. Ikshitum, to see. Translation and purport by Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada. The demigods prayed to Brahma, please look upon us mercifully, for we have fallen into miserable condition. Because of darkness, all our work has been suspended. Please repeat the translation. The demigods prayed to Brahma, please look upon us mercifully, for we have fallen into a miserable condition. Because of the darkness, all our work has been suspended. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Because of complete darkness throughout the universe, the regular activities and engagements of all the different planets were suspended. In the north and south poles of this planet, there are sometimes no divisions of day and night. Similarly, when the sunlight does not approach the different planets within the universe, there is no distinction between day and night. Next verse, Esha Deva Duter Garba Oja Kashyapam Arpitam Dishastimirayan Sarva Vardate Agnir Ivaidasi. As fuel overloads a fire, so the embryo created by the semen of Kashyapa in the womb of Diti has caused complete darkness throughout the universe. Perfect. The darkness throughout the universe is explained herewith as being caused by the embryo created in the womb of Diti by the semen of Kashyapa. Maitreya Vacha Sa Prahasya Mahabaho Bhagavan Shabda Gocharaha Pratya Achastatma Atmabhur Devan Prinan Ruchiraya Gira. Sri Maitreya said, thus Lord Brahma, who is understood by transcendental vibration, tried to satisfy the demigods, being pleased with their words of prayer. Perfect. Brahma could understand the misdeeds of Diti, and therefore he smiled at the whole situation. He replied to the demigods present there in words they could understand. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्ता स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. So after finishing their prayers, the demigods are now communicating what their interest for which they had approached Lord Brahma. Satvam vidasva sambhuman, O great personality. So we have you, please bestow upon us good fortune. We have come to you because you can give us good idea, good intelligence. Tamasa lupta karmanam, because of darkness, tamasa lupta karmanam, all our works have been suspended. Adabra dayaya drushtya, you have been very magnanimous without any reservation by your merciful glance. Apannan arhasi ikshutam, we are all surrendered unto you. This is a situation where we do not know any direction, no light, no day, no night, so no clarity. So we have surrendered unto you. Arhasi ikshutam, please be able to see us or give up your mercy upon us. So once this is done, then they were saying, why this? They are also saying the cause also. How this darkness has come? They are saying, Esha Deva Ditayar Garbha. All this is, my dear Lord, is because of the embryo in the womb of Diti. Ojah Kashyapam Arpitam. Then, because of the semen strength of Kashyapa, all this is possible. Dishas Timarayan Sarva. What did that embryo do? It made all the directions darkness. Dishas Timarayan Sarva. Vardate Agnir Iva Edasi. Just as fuel overloads a fire, so the embryo created by the semen of Kashyapa has caused complete darkness throughout the universe. So sometimes what happens when we pour excessive ghee, the fire will be put out. So here also some situation where the child in the womb has created the entire darkness within the universe in all directions. Now, Brahma could understand what had actually happened because he knows. That's why they said, Maitreya Vacha. No, Maitreya is explaining. Sa Rahasyam Mahabaho. Oh, my dear Vidura. Sa Prahasya, he began to smile. Lord Brahma began to smile. Bhagavan Shabda Gocharaha, Lord Brahma, who could be understood by transcendental vibration. Shabda Gocharaha. Pratyachasta Atmabuhu, he replied, to whom the Devas, Devan, Preenan Richaraya Gira, in words which they could understand, in a language which they could perceive, so that he could satisfy them, he could please them. In a systematic way, he had explained what might be the cause. So now, in this purport, we see the system of how universal creation runs. What is position of Brahma? Who are all these demigods? So the demigods are all in charge of various administrative levels within the universe. And the in charge for this entire universe is Lord Brahma. So the demigods report to Lord Brahma in various activities of this universe. Now whenever there is a discrepancy or whenever there is an inconvenience in executing their duty, they approach Lord Brahma for clarity. Now what is position of Lord Brahma? Being a great devotee, the Parampara Acharya, the personality who was directly born from the body of Vishnu, he to whom the Lord has first instructed the Vedic knowledge, Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavye Mukhyanti Suraya. The Lord inspired the Brahma from within the heart, gave him the transcendental knowledge. So he is the one who is most perfect personality. So when they approach this most perfect personality, who is Trikalajnaha, because of his austerity, he knows what is past, what is present, and what will be the future. Means he could explain for a scenario what might be the cause, how they will suffer now, and what is the solution. because Brahma had gained that position by his tapasya. So Bhagavatam in one place explains about, Prabhupada writes about this position of Lord Brahma by saying, one may ask whether Lord Brahma is the absolute person in this world. No. The absolute person is Lord Krishna. Brahma receives his mind, intelligence, materials and everything else from Krishna. And then he becomes the secondary creator, the engineer of this universe. See, when you construct a house, there will be an engineer, site engineer. What does he do? He sees that materials required for the project are properly procured, and what quantity, what proportion, what dimension, everything and all, he sees that according to the plan they are executed, and sees that quality is maintained. So Brahma is like that engineer. The material elements, the 24 material elements were created by the Lord, and the layout plan for the universe is also developed by the Lord. So what is Brahma doing? By his mind and by his intelligence, he is seeing that the elements and the things are being correctly proportioned and they are being assigned to respective positions. That's why he is called as universal engineer, engineer of this universe. So the first created living being, Brahma, is endowed with perfect knowledge and intelligence by the Lord. Because he is representative of the Lord in this material world, he has been endowed with perfect knowledge and intelligence. Because he should know clarity, what is that is expected out of this universe. What is the direction? Disha Nirdeshaha, it is called in Sanskrit. Clarity in communication. You should have a direction, and you should have focus, and you should have destination. Everything is in clear for Lord Brahma's position. Because Lord Krishna inspires him by this direction. So therefore, no one but Brahma at the time of creation, and therefore he receives his intelligence directly from the Lord through the heart. Because Brahma was the first living entity, and there was nobody else. So where did Brahma receive this knowledge? Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavaya. So from the Hridaya, from the heart, the Paramatma inspired him, they gave him the transcendental knowledge by which he can manage this material universe. In some places in Bhagavatam, we see in 3rd canto, where Brahma, when he was asked to create this universe, he became confused. He did not have any clarity how to proceed further. At that particular point, it is said that he engaged in meditation upon the Lord, and he offered various prayers to the Lord in the context wise when he saw the Lord. So what did he pray and how Lord responded to him is explained here. Nana karma vitanena praja bahvi sisikshata na atma vasidati asimstam varshiyan mad anugraha. So Lord is saying, praja bahvi sisikshataha. Why are you planning to this material world you want to create further? Because you desire to increase the population innumerably. Brahma is the Prajapati, in charge of the creation. So he desires that the entire universe be filled with living entities. And who are these living entities who have rebelled against the Lord and who are there in this material world? So Brahma wants everybody to engage in devotional service. That's the whole perspective. Not that he wants them to suffer karma in this material world. He wants them to become good citizens, engage in devotional service, make their process in the back home back to Godhead. That was his whole intention. So, Nana Karma Vitanena, and expand your varieties of service. So, as means Na Atma Vasidati Te, you shall never be aggrieved in this matter. Because he wanted that there is stoppage in the creation. It is not proceeding to the pace what it is supposed to have. So, Lord is blessing him. No problem. So, there will be no inconvenience in the process. Because Mad Anugrahaha Variyashan, because of my causeless mercy upon you, will increase all time. Because you are trying to work for my purpose, my mercy will be there upon you all the time. So, there will be no despondency. You will not become any discouraged in the process. Next, further details. So, in the purport there, in that one line, Prabhupada says, a pure devotee of the Lord being cognizant of the facts of the particular time, object and circumstances, always desires to expand the number of devotees of the Lord in various ways. So the Brahma's perspective is to increase the devotional perspective. He wants more devotees. Because the more the devotees, the common living entity will get an opportunity to associate with devotees, and they will all become in the association also devotees. Sangat Sanjayate Sana. That was the intention of Lord Brahma. Not that he wanted to fill up this universe for living entities to rot in this material world. No, that was not at all his intention. Further it says, Rishim Adyam na bandnati papiyam svam rajogunaha yan manomayi nirbhaddam praja samsrajato apite. So he is saying, Rishim Adyam, you are that original Rishi. You are that original person in this world. Rishim Adyam. Yan manomayi nirbandham, because your mind is always fixed upon me. Praja samsrajyato apite, and you will be engaged in generating various living entities. Papiyams rajogunaha, this vicious mode of rajoguna, passion, tvam na badnati, will not bind you to this material world. So this material world, even though if you engage in passionate mode, because you are in charge of mode of passion, passion means there will be no clarity in the vastu, because he does not know what is good, what is bad. So he engages in some sort of activity which might cause bondage for him. But Lord is blessing him, since you will be engaged in the process, you will not be bound up in the endeavor. So because the Lord's favor is there upon him, Brahma, all his plans and schemes will be infallible. Fallible means which will be destroyed. But because of the blessings of the Lord, he will be having a proper intelligence, and his directions will be properly be fulfilled. And sometimes we see that Brahma is become bewildered. So he is bewildered by seeing the action of internal potency, which is also for his further advancement. It's not that he is bound by material potency, Maya, material Maya. He becomes bewildered by spiritual potency of the Lord, which will also further enhance his spiritual understanding, advancement. Jnatoham bhavata tu adya durvigneyo api dehinam yanmam tvam manyase yuktam bhutendriya gunatmabhiti. So, durvigneyo api dehinam, for embodied living entities, it is very difficult for them to understand who the Lord is. Can everybody and anybody know the Supreme Lord? Not everybody can ask. Durvigneya, it is beyond their capacity to know about the Lord. Adya jnato ham bhavatatu, but you have learnt about me today. Incomplete. Because yanmantva manyase yuktam, because you know that my personality is not constituted by anything of material perspective. I am not a person who is made of material elements. My body is made of panchabhuta. Bhutendriya gunatmabhihi, specifically not of these 5 gross and 3 subtle elements. Because all our bodies are made of 5 gross and 3 subtle elements. The Pancha Mahabahu, Pancha Bhutani, and mind, intelligence, and falsehood. These are the primary elements for this living entity, material body. Because Brahma could understand Lord Krishna's body is not made of these elements. He could understand the Lord perfectly. Yaksha karta angamat stotram matkata abhyudhayitakam yadva tapasi te nishta sayesha mad anugraha. O my dear Anga, O my dear Lord Brahma, mat stotram matkata abhyudaya antikam, the prayers you have chanted praising my glories and my transcendental activities. Yadva tapasi te nishta yak chakarta, the penances you have undertaken to understand me and your firm faith in me. Sayesha mad anugraha, all these are considered my causeless mercy upon me. See, even Brahma, when he was in confusion, he approached Lord Krishna for clarity. When he approached Lord Krishna, the general etiquette is when you approach a superior, blindly you do not directly speak what you want. First, you glorify the Supreme Lord with his qualities and attributes. So, once after pleasing the personality, then you position your request. So the demigods had done same thing to Lord Brahma. Now Lord Brahma has also done the same thing to Lord Krishna. So when we approach superiors, so what do we understand from this? So when we don't have any clarity in execution of our service, we have to approach the superior. Now when we approach the superior, should we also offer prayers? What kind of prayer should we offer? See, the prayers here, the demigods had mentioned or Brahma had mentioned have been factual qualities of the Lord. I do not know my superior is having what qualities he is having, I do not know. So what kind of prayer should I offer? So for us the etiquette is we offer Vanchakalparobhyasya. As a Vaishnava we offer our respect as a superior Vaishnava because he is representing the authority system. We communicate in that perspective what we are going through. And we might give the guess also what might be the cause. It's not that we are expecting solution of my choice. We should communicate what the problem is and what might be the cause. Let them come up with the solution. So this is what the demigods also done. They identified the problem that there is darkness everywhere. And what is the cause of that problem? Because of the Kashyapa's semen, the Diti, what she is carrying. This is the cause. Now what is the solution? Because they have become fearful, how to come out of this? That our duties have been suspended. So many things are going on. Now how to handle this situation? Now they left to Lord Brahma. Now you decide what we should do. But most of the times what happens? We want the solution as per my requirement. That's the problem. Phalapeksha. When Krishna said 2.47 Bhagavad Gita, Karmanya Vadikaraste Ma Phaleshu Tadasana. Only karma you are entitled to do. Phala is not in your hand. And Krishna is saying this is the basic formula in spirituality. We have to do our respective duties. Phala is not in our hand, whether success or failure. Materially it may be success. Spiritually it may be a failure. Spiritually it may be a failure. Materially it may be a failure, but spiritually it will be a success. Like for example, Jatayu, he fought with Ravana, but in the process he died. So it is a success or failure. He could not execute his duty. He could not save Sita. So that is success or failure. In what way? He died in the battlefield. He could not protect Sita. Materially, he might be appearing to be for us, for our eyes, currently constitutionally, we may feel that he has failed in his duty. He could not protect Sita and he lost his life. But spiritually, Lord Ramachandra was so satisfied with him, he treated him like his father and he did the funeral ceremony and offered the tarpana for him. So that's the thing is, materially it might be a failure, but spiritually has become success. So we will not be able to understand about this clarity unless we associate with devotees with proper understanding. Unless we hear in the parampara. And finally Lord says, Pritoham astu badram te. I am very much satisfied with you. Pritoham badram te. All good fortune unto you. Lokanam vijayechaya. Because you wanted to successfully fill the universe. Lokanam vijayechaya. Yad astashir gunamayam nirgunam ma anuvarnayan. He says, I am very much pleased by your description of me in terms of my transcendental qualities. Yes, Ashtoshir Gunamayam, which appear mundane to the mundane wranglers, Nirgunam. So therefore, Badram te Lokanam Vijayachya, I grant you all benedictions in your desire to glorify all the planets by your activity. So Brahma, your endeavors will be successful. Because you want to glorify about the Lord's activities everywhere. You want to propagate devotion service in your endeavors. By my blessings, will become So similarly, Brahma is also the greatest personality in this material world after the Lord. So then why Lord Brahma has no temples in this world? We always see only Shiva temple or Vishnu temple. Hardly we see any Brahma temple. So there is one famous Brahma temple in India, which is called as Pushkar. So once Lord Brahma, being empowered by the Lord, he desired to have a place which is dedicated to him solely. So it is said that he threw 3 lotus petals on this earth, and the place where the lotus petals sprang up, it became 3 specific parts, which was Jeshta, Madhya, and Kanishta. Pushkaras they are called as. Pushkara means Pushpa Kara, the flower which has fallen from Brahma's hand. That's why it became known as Pushkara. So when Brahma had performed this, the place to perform sacrifice. So there was one demon by name Vajransh who was killing people. So Lord Brahma chanted a mantra on lotus flower and killed the demon. So now he wanted to perform a sacrifice for the pleasure of the Lord. So he came to this Pushkara place. Now when the Pushkara place is there, it is a flat place. He wanted protection, so he had established hills all around so that no intruder can come, like you built a fort so that no outsiders can come and disturb the place. So he erected 4 hills all around. So Ratnagiri in the south, Nilagiri in the north, Sanchora in the west, and Suryagiri in the east. And he positioned various demigods at the top so that they take care of the protection, so that no demons can enter and spoil this sacrifice. And when the performance of arrangements were all done, it is important that because Brahma being a grihastha, it has to be performed. Sacrifices has to be performed with family, with wife. So at the last moment when the things are ready, he sent his son Narada to bring Saraswati Devi. But Saraswati Devi did not come, or she did not respond on time. So Narada came back and informed the Muhurta is about to done. So Saraswati Devi is not responded on time. I had come back. Now Brahma had asked Indra, now do something. Now sacrifice that about to time is about to start. So singly I cannot perform. So find a suitable girl for me. So Indra suggested one cowherd girl. But cowherd girl, since Brahma is a Brahmana, now cowherd girl has to be a Brahmana to be his wife. So the demigods elevated her position from cowherd girl to Brahmana. How they have elevated? So they had made her pass through the mouth of the cow and pulled out of the back of the cow. So Gaya 3. Because she was pulled from the back of the cow, she became known as Gayatri. She became Brahmana instead. Now she is married officially to Lord Brahma. Now she is made next to sit Lord Brahma, and the sacrifice started off. Now when the sacrifice started off, Saraswati Devi came to know about the situation. She came running. When she came here, she saw already Brahma married to a girl, Gayatri. She became infuriated that she was neglected and somebody else has taken her position. So she cursed Brahma, she cursed Indra, she cursed everybody there. All the priests who are performing. She cursed Brahma that this is the only place where you will be worshipped and nobody Indra that you will always be prone to attacks by demons. And she cursed the Brahmanas who are performing the sacrifice that you will always be poor. And she cursed the fire that you will be eating all kinds of nonsense. So by this way, but Gayatri Devi, she diluted the curses of Saraswati by saying that the Pushkar will be the king of all the pilgrimages. Indra would always retain his heaven by the blessings of Vishnu. And she also Saraswati Devi also cursed Vishnu for being the in charge of this program without her, so that you will be born into this material world. So, but you will come as a Leela Purushottama and you will perform your pastimes, separation from your wife. You will experience like that. That will be the cause of Rama and Sita. That became the Ramayana perspective. And the priests would become scholars and they will be glorified everywhere, even though they are poor. Education is more glorified than money. So in that way, Saraswati Devi and Gayatri Devi, both of their temples are there in the respective places in the nearby hillocks there. And Saraswati is also present in that area in the form of 5 rivers: Saraswati, Supapra, Chandra, Kanaka, and Nanda. Over a period of time, they became invisible to our current eyes, but it is said that all the 5 branches they flow around Pushkar there. It is said that Lord Varaha appeared at this Varaha Ghat here, and Lord Ramachandra also came there and took bath here. It is said that Parashar Muni took birth here, and his descendants are still known in that area called as Parashara Brahmanas. And it has been a holy place for time immemorial. Various sages had performed sacrifices here. They did tapasya here, like Agastya, Pulasya, Parashara, Markandeya. Even Vishwamitra and Menaka episode happened at this Pushkara place only. Vishwamitra came here to do tapasya here. After doing tapasya for 30,000 years, Menaka came and disturbed his tapasya. So all this pastime was also enacted here only. So because the acharyas have all the great personalities have blessed Pushkar, he is the king of pilgrimage sites. So his glories have been enumerated in Mahabharata, Ramayana, Padma Purana, and other scriptures. So in Mahabharata, while describing about glories of various places, Bhishma Deva was explaining about Pushkara. So he was referring to Pulasya by saying, Pushkara is famous throughout the universe, and anyone who goes there becomes as exalted as Lord Brahma. One's sins are cleansed just by thinking of Pushkara. Among various blessings obtained by bathing at Pushkara, one may be elevated to heavenly planets, even up to the planet of Lord Brahma. Because Lord Brahma had blessed with Pushkara with all these opportunities, all the devatas went and requested Lord Brahma, Sir, you have done a small mistake. You have blessed anyone who goes there and takes bath, they become elevated to heavenly planets. People will exploit this facility. They will not follow any religious dharma. Just by taking bath, we'll all be coming to Swarga. So you'll be creating a situation of adharma in this material world. So then Lord Brahma then confined this process only to last 5 days of Kartik Mas. It is known as Bhishma Panchaka. The last 5 days of Chaturmasya. Only on these 5 days, when people take bath in this Pushkar, they will get elevated to heavenly perspective. And Mahabharata also says, the holy place of Vishnu, Pushkara Tirtha, is renowned in the 3 worlds. Fortunate people can enter that place. At Pushkara, billions of Tirthas gather at sunrise and sunset. Simply by taking bath at Pushkara destroys sin of both men and women, including sin that caused their ruined birth. As Madhusudana is the original god, Pushkara is the original Tirtha. And similarly, at the end in Srimad Bhagavatam also it says, Pushkare Mathurayamcha Dvaravatyam Yatatmavan. So either in Pushkara or in Mathura or in Dwaraka, Yata Atmavan, those who are self-controlled, those who have controlled their mind, body and senses. Uposha Samhitam Etam. So by fasting, Samhitam Etam Patitva, those who read the Srimad Bhagavatam in these places like Pushkar, Mathura or Dwaraka, Muchyate Baya, they become free from all fearful fear. So in that perspective, if you go to a sacred place, when you approach a sacred personality, the demigods, when they are fearful, they approached a superior personality, they became free from fear. So similarly, by approaching superior places which are sanctified by great personalities, they become fearless. So that's the context. Now, how their fear has been vanquished by Lord Brahma, we'll see in the further verses here. I'll stop here. Any questions? గ్రంథరాజ్ శ్రీమద్ భాగవతం కి జగద్గురు శిల ప్రభుపాద.
హరే కృష్ణ గోల్డెన్ టెంపుల్ వారి మరో అపురూప కానుక హరే కృష్ణవాణి ఆధ్యాత్మిక మాసపత్రిక. ఇప్పుడు మొబైల్ యాప్ ద్వారా కూడా సులభంగా పత్రికలు చదువుకునే సౌకర్యం, వార్షిక సభ్యత్వం, భగవద్గీత, భాగవత ప్రవచనాలు, స్ఫూర్తి సందేశాలు, ఇంకా మరెన్నో సదుపాయాలతో హరే కృష్ణవాణి మొబైల్ యాప్ నేడే డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకోండి. మరిన్ని వివరాల కోసం కాల్ చేయండి 9133107700. హరే కృష్ణ గోల్డెన్ టెంపుల్ వారి మరో అపురూప